Okay. So great. So again, these are the guidelines specifically for American General, the same as we did for the other company, SPLI. And it has the same IFIC guidelines that we use that we ask everybody to go through and read. Specifically, like the same, basically, one death of a cardiovascular disease of the same family with same requirement. This is what American General allows, and so they fit that as well. So this is their cholesterol reading, blood pressure, and their bills. This has the bill charts in there, like Michelle was talking about before. And this is the laundry list of all the things that would knock this person out of this particular rate class as well. And this is more details about if somebody's over the age of 60. This is their driving record, which we pulled to give them this option. And scuba diving, all this information. This is more specific to American General with respect to military members and what their amounts of coverage they can get, and travel lists and financial justification and guidelines and things like that as well. And history of bankruptcy. So now we can add on again the child rider coverage that will pull up on your application for American General. And so, John, again, this is the same process that we were doing before with the other application.
So there was a question, what happens if you don't fit? If you say you don't fit, what would happen is you would get a note to go back and choose a higher price policy from that carrier or from another carrier, because what it means is that you wouldn't have fit one of those guidelines.
You have to go back to the quote engine and see if there was another carrier or maybe at a higher price they could go through and see if that other one would be a better option for them.
So we're going to fill this information in just to show you what would happen then. So in this case, since American General requires the Social Security number of the beneficiaries, on this form that we're showing you here, that's a question. If you remember on the SBLI form we went through previously, they did not require the beneficiary's Social Security number, so that wasn't questioned there. So we just, each one of these is really built for the individual carriers.
And once again, I'm not showing the examples, but if you were to click yes, it asks you to fill out additional information. As you see here, now it does not ask you to schedule a paramed exam, so that is bypassed. And at this point, it is asking you for the email along with the city you were born in, so that you can access the application within minutes. Once you hit continue, once again it'll prompt you for any additional information that you may have missed. Review it for accuracy, hit OK, review, and once you hit submit, you cannot alter any information on this document. If the customer has to make changes to it, you can have them print out the PDF, make changes with a pen, initial all of the corrections they would like, and then fax or email that application back to LifeQuotes or
to TSP for processing. So we'll give it a second, and that should pop up.
Now, let's say you wanted to check status on a case, where, what's going on with it. If you click back on the person's name, you see a hyperlink created right here. For this case, because it's an SBLI application, this takes you into the case history page. It will now show you who the case manager is, when it was submitted, if it was delivered, how long in underwriting, so on and so forth. This has all of the information along with additional file notes after the application has been completed.
So we're going to show you, this is what happens on the application that you can create. So you open that PDF up.
Right.
And so now this is the entire completed PDF of the application. You can download it, you can email it, you can send it to your customer, or you can have an agent take it out and get it signed. But all of this does create the application, and it just is the single fee per application that's charged to you for the completion of this application on our system. So we're going to open